Welcome to my channel. My name is Christian and this is CXC Beauty. I hope everyone had a wonderful weekend. Our weekend was packed with a lot of makeup, a lot of making makeup, a lot of business stuff, but I was shooting new campaigns for our cream brushes, blushes, and bronzers. So yeah, I was doing model makeup all weekend since Friday through Sunday and working, so it never ends, but here we are. Today we're going to be doing a nice black smoky eye, something really sultry with a red lip. That's kind of the look I'm going for today. So we're just going to jump right into it. I already have some makeup on from earlier just from my everyday routine, so I'm going to kind of build up on this. I'm not this naturally flawless, this is makeup. So I have a little bit of under eye concealer and color corrector and the Makeup Forever foundation, which all this survived a very heavy leg day at the gym, so it's going well. Let's get into this look. I'm gonna just build up coverage on some areas of my face where I need a little bit of extra. Just for these kind of glam looks, I like to go in a little heavier. So I just put a drop of the foundation on my palette and I'm just gonna build on what I already have. Just cover some of this redness around my nose. Do you see the difference? So this is like my everyday wear kind of coverage, and this is going to be my more full coverage glam. I'm just pressing this in with my Jessup brush. If you watched my previous video, I talked about this brush. Just a really nice dense foundation brush. I shaved my face, so actually I have to put foundation in this area. In my last video, I did first impressions of this foundation in my last two videos, but I have been wearing it every day and I am just amazed by this foundation. It is so lightweight on the skin. It has great coverage. The texture is wonderful and it just lasts a really long time. So I'm really loving this formula, and yeah, just look at that skin. It is perfection. I'm not gonna do concealer yet because since I am doing a black smoky eye, just in case I have any fallout, but I am gonna go into my contour. This is the CXC Beauty Pro Sculpt Cream Contour / Bronzer in the shade N2. And I'm warming it up a little bit on the back of my hand, and I'm just gonna start applying it in the hollows of my cheek and blending it in. This product is infused with vitamin E, squalene. It has tropical butters such as shea butter in there, and it is just a beautiful formula that just melts into your skin. It's very hydrating as well, and it doesn't disturb the foundation under, which is great. I have a lot of problems with certain cream products that when you apply it onto the skin, it will lift the foundation, and I absolutely hate that. Because after doing all the work of making your foundation look flawless, then something like lifts it up. I absolutely do not like that. So I formulated this to not do that. I like to go on my jaw like this just to sharpen it up. And another great contour trick, if you want to make your neck look a little slimmer, just go down the neck like this, skipping this center area, a little bit here as well. Okay, so before I go into my under eyes, I am going to do the eyes. So just in case, like I said, if there's any fallout, I can just clean it up with my concealer. For my smoky eye, I am gonna go in the CXC Beauty X-Ray palette. This is one of our monochromatic palettes in all gray tones, and it is stunning. And it's perfect for smoky eyes. You can do it for everyday looks if you like very cool tone looks as well, so it's very versatile. And I love using it for those kind of things. So I'm taking a bit of the NYX Ultimate Primer, and I'm gonna start with that on my base. I do have a little bit of foundation already on my eyelids, so I'm just adding this because it is my favorite primer and it makes the shadows perform even better than they are, and it makes them last a lot longer. So I'm just going in on top of that with this. I'm gonna set my lids with a little bit of this powder. This is the Charlotte Tilbury, I forgot what it's called. I think it's the airbrush powder. This is in shade medium 2, and it's just like the mini one. So I'm gonna hop into the palette. I'm gonna take this gray right here called Lead. It's a beautiful like mid-tone gray. And I'm taking that in a Wayne Goss number 5. And I'm using this to build my crease. Like that. CXC Beauty eyeshadows blend out so easily. It's literally foolproof. You don't even have to work that hard. And I'm gonna take this as well and kind of bring it out a little bit. I don't like my smoky eyes too rounded. I like to lift my eye, so I do bring this out on the corners and just lift. And I'm gonna dip into this white here. It's called Radiography. It's not really a white, it's a gray. It just looks really white in the camera, but it's like almost white. And I'm using this to blend out the edges, sort of blending it into that Charlotte Tilbury powder. Now, if you like to add a little bit of warmth to your smoky eye, you can do that. Just take a bronzer. This is O2 from CXC Beauty. I'm just gonna add a little bit so you can see. And it just adds a little bit of warmth if you don't want it to be too cool tone. I'm gonna use this shade right here called Proton, just to build up intensity. That is gonna be a darker gray that is slightly brown as well. And just using a smaller brush, oh, I kinda got it on my crease, but I'll blend it out. Just using a smaller brush, I'm gonna build this into the crease as well, but I'm not gonna go as high. Make sure to blend in between. If you make a mistake like I did and bring it up too high, don't worry about it too much. This is a smoky eye, so it can be a little bit more messy, and then just do a little bit of extra blending. Now, to build the base for my smoky eye, I like to go in with a black liner first, and I'm just smudging this onto my lid. This one is from Maybelline, and it's called the Stay and Play Gel Liner. Oh no, sorry, it's from Essence, and it's super black. It has incredible staying power, and I'm just putting this on the lid and not bringing it higher than the crease. Now, you do want to work quickly and blend out these edges, because once this liner dries, it's set and it will not move. Make sure to really get into the lash line with this, just so you don't have any gaps and skin color showing through. Also, with this product, you're gonna wanna work one eye at a time, because again, this does set, and once it sets, it's not gonna move. Now, with a smaller, dense brush like this, we're gonna go into the black shade in this palette, which is right here. It's called Secrets, and it is a super deep black, so just be careful. And we're gonna press this right on top of that liner. This is the deepest, the darkest black eyeshadow I've ever used. It is the best. I love it. I use this for liner all the time. To do like a wing liner, I always do it with this shadow because it's so dark. And then just softly like blend the edges. Now we're gonna go back into the other brush that has the light gray, and we're gonna blend this. You wanna keep this blend of the black pretty low for the smoky eye. And as you can see, it's a beautiful gradient color. It goes from the black to the gray, and that's what you want in a smoky eye. You don't want your whole eye to be black. You want the black to just be on the bottom, on the lid, and then slowly smoke out into the black, into the gray, or into the brown, or whatever color you choose to do the smoky eye with. But that is the way to do it. Now that we've done the upper lids, if you want to take this to the next level as well, you can take the black eyeliner and you can line your upper waterline, which we call tight lining. I always forget what it's called. Tight line your waterline, just to make sure that no skin color is showing when you open your eyes, and when you're applying your lashes, it all blends in very well together. I know this looks very scary to do, but it's really not. Once you get used to it, it's very simple. Let's move on to concealer. Now, I did have some makeup on, so I'm not going to do any color corrector or anything like that. I'm just going to go straight in with my Milani Conceal and Perfect. I'm using medium beige. This is just a little bit brighter than the Kulfi one, so I like to use this for the more glam looks. My Kulfi concealer looks good for everyday and lighter makeup. This one is gonna be your full coverage friend. And I do like to take this on the forehead and on the bridge of the nose. And I'm gonna blend this out with my little concealer brush from Jessup. I'd say the only disappointing thing about this Milani concealer, which I didn't even know, I've been using this for a while now, And I was gonna go buy some because I had a deeper skin client coming over and I really love this formula. I was like, oh, let me just get some more for my kit in deeper colors. The shade range is atrocious. And I'm like, that's just not acceptable for Milani. I mean, come on. They really need to step up their game with their shade range. I probably won't repurchase this either after this is up, this one. Because I just don't like that. Until they fix their shade range issue, I'll go with a different brand. Like the Kofi concealer, I'll just buy a shade lighter so I can do the same thing. But I probably won't buy any more Milani until that problem is fixed. I'm gonna quickly set this with a little bit of translucent powder, just so I don't crease or anything. And see, we have a beautiful under eye. No fallout issues. Now we are gonna go back into the palette. I'm gonna take a little bit more of this medium tone gray here, and I'm gonna take that on my under eyes just so I can have some balance, because the Smokey is very heavy on the top and you want this to be a little bit more balanced. So I'm just taking this shade and lightly going on my under eyes. I'm also gonna take a little bit of that bronzer we used earlier, which is the CXC Beauty Refined Radiance Bronzer in 02. And further blend this lower lash line to incorporate some of the warmth that we put on top. This is how the eye's looking so far. Very sultry, smoky. I'm just gonna apply some mascara to coat the blushes black, and I'm gonna use the Fan Fest mascara from Benefit, and then I'm gonna pop on some lashes. So I'm gonna do that really quick off camera and I'll be right back. Okay, I went ahead and put on my lashes and a little bit of lower lash mascara. For the lower lashes, I actually used the e.l.f. Lash and Roll. I'm gonna go in with First Rose, which is our cream blush, and this is the more Dusty Rose shade, and I'm just putting that on the apples of the cheeks, blending it into my temples. Now, if you apply too much, which I want it a little bit more subtle for this kind of look, just go over it with your foundation brush to take down some of the color. But I absolutely love this color for this type of look, and it just, these cream blushes give your face so much like glow and that healthy radiance. Now for the finishing touch, the red lip, we're gonna go in with this Kylie Cosmetics Precision Pout liner in the shade Sultry, perfect, and it is a red shade. Glides on like butter. These are super precise as well. I love these. And for the actual lipstick, we're gonna go with the CXC Beauty Enchanted Kiss lip palette, and we're gonna use this center red right here. It's a super gorgeous true red. And I'm actually taking it on this Makeup by Ariel brush. It's an A19. I'm using this little flat side just to get a really precise line because I don't want to mess this up. And the lip liner and the lip shade actually match really well. And there you have it. That is the completed look. A nice sultry smoky eye with a red lip. I hope you enjoyed this little tutorial. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Give this video a big thumbs up. And if you want to check out the CXC Beauty X-Ray palette, you can check it out on www.cxcbeauty.com. And it is just a stunning palette, and go check out all of our other products. Thank you so much for spending some time with me in this video, and I'll see you in the next one.